My husband and I recently stayed at the Sheraton Tel Aviv for 3 nights. My name is Nicole Murray Chen, and I will give you my thoughts not only about the hotel, the junior suite, and their executive lounge, but also the neighborhood around it. There are many sites within walking distance, as this is a very well located hotel in the middle of the action. A little background on me: I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and have never been to Israel or this part of the world before. We took a 12-hour nonstop flight from Miami to Tel Aviv with El Al Airlines, Israel's national airlines. We selected El Al due to its reputation for security. The first part of our trip was with Trafalgar and their Best of Israel tour. I will be posting a video specifically on that tour later. Before getting into the review of the hotel, let's talk about the area that it is in. If you have never been to Tel Aviv before and are a history buff, you will likely want to visit Old Jaffa Port. It has been actively used for at least 7,000 years. Its original founder was one of Noah's 3 sons after escaping from the flood, Japhet, and is named after him. There are many winding streets and alleyways filled with stores, restaurants, museums, and a wishing bridge. Look out for the church bell tower. It's one of the iconic structures of Jaffa. You can get here from the hotel with a 25-minute walk south down the promenade or take an electric scooter and you'll be there in 10 minutes. Old Tel Aviv Port is just a 10-minute walk north of the hotel and has transformed into a restaurant and nightlife destination filled with people enjoying the fresh air. Day or night, there is something to do there. If you see Golda Gelato, stop in. You'll thank me later. Directly in front of the hotel are 3 beaches: Gordon, Frishman, and Bugrashov. You will immediately notice that the people of Israel are extremely active. There are thousands of people jogging, walking, and biking up and down the boardwalk promenade. There are several outdoor gyms that are free to use. Volleyball seems to be a local favorite as there are nets everywhere. If you just want to relax, there are lounge chairs and umbrellas for rent at very reasonable prices. There are also many restaurants and bars on the beach to quench any appetite. Dizengoff Street is known as a people-watching street with numerous cafes and restaurants with outdoor seating. You can't go wrong spending a morning or afternoon strolling down this street and plopping down at one of these eateries. One thing to note is that Israel is one of the most expensive countries in the world, so things may cost more than you would expect. On the south end of Dizengoff is the Dizengoff Center. This is a multi-level enclosed mall filled with shops and restaurants. If you need a religious souvenir, go to the top floor, and there are a couple of small shops that will have what you need. If you require a COVID test, Superfarm on the bottom level has a 15-minute antigen test for about $20. This is what we used when returning back to the United States. Rothschild Street is a 20-minute walk from the hotel, but totally worth it. This is the most beautiful residential street in Tel Aviv that we went to. There is an extremely wide median that hosts a linear park where people walk, jog, bike, or picnic on. This is also a tourist attraction due to the notable variety of architecture that can be found along the street. You must go there. Once you get to the south end of Rothschild, you will have a couple of street markets that you can visit. We'll start with Carmel Market, which is the largest. Bring your wallet. This is a very busy market filled with produce, treats, flowers, clothing, trinkets, and all sorts of things. If you are into shopping, definitely come here. A slightly less touristy market is the Levinsky Street Market. We had trouble finding it with Google Maps. But if you go to Levinsky Street between Ha Aliyah and Ha Mashbir, you can't miss it. There will be a lot of people in the streets. This seems to be the trendier market of the two. Now that you got a lay of the land, let's talk about the Sheraton Tel Aviv. My husband is a Platinum Elite member with Marriott, so we try to stick with their brands. Sheraton is one of them. We picked this hotel due to the good reviews, which noted a recent renovation last year. You will see that the lobby is contemporary, airy, and well appointed. It also smells very nice. There are plenty of seating areas facing the sea as well as a coffee bar. The best feature is the very attentive staff. They are friendly and helpful and will even remember your name throughout your stay. We got upgraded to a junior suite due to our hotel status. Score! We didn't spend a tremendous amount of time in the lobby since we spent more of it in the executive lounge. More on that later. The elevators are the modernized ones where you select the floor you want to go to before getting into the car. The hallways are nicely decorated. We stayed in room 602, which looks like a studio with wood floors, a king-size bed, minibar, and coffee or tea station, and a living room area. There are also 2 flat-screen TVs and a walk-in closet. The hotel provided complimentary bottled water throughout our stay. Note, great housekeeping staff. They check in on you twice per day and left a lovely box of macaroons for us on our first day. We had a city view with a balcony that you can walk out on. From the balcony, you could see the many high rises of Tel Aviv, as well as a partial view of the beach. The pool is on the second floor and overlooks the sea. It has a nice restaurant bar area, kiddie pool, and a heated main pool. There are plenty of chairs and umbrellas. We never found it too crowded. Bring your sunscreen. The sun is in this part of the world where it's very strong. We loved spending hours on the pool deck, looking out at the sea and enjoying the cool breeze. Breakfast is a big deal in Israel, and this hotel has a phenomenal breakfast buffet. Since we have hotel status, we were given complimentary breakfast. We took advantage of it each and every morning. Today was the Sabbath, which meant that certain parts of the buffet were unavailable, such as the cappuccino machine. This is to observe the Jewish religion's practices. Potted coffee was still available, and as you see, the buffet was no less spectacular. We really enjoyed the various quiches they made. If you want to try a local dish, try the shakshuka, which is an egg over easy, served in a Middle Eastern spiced tomato sauce. Scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and some of the standard Western breakfast items were also available, such as potatoes, cereal, fruit, and yogurt. Some additional items were pizza and pastas, including lasagna. Like I said, they eat a hearty breakfast. There was a tremendous amount of pastries, breads, and cheeses. Savory dishes such as salads and various fish were also good. There are several types of juices and coffee to choose from. The dining room itself was very nicely decorated and furnished. Every table has a beautiful seat. You can't get much better than this. The 18th floor club lounge is awesome. We spent quite a bit of time here. Apparently, it reopened just weeks before we arrived and is fully renovated. We were able to gain access due to our hotel status.
Hey, good morning.
They check at the entrance of the lounge. Once inside, you will see a beautifully appointed living area with TVs, snacks, drinks, and refreshments. The staff is absolutely wonderful in this lounge. I can't say enough good things about them. Out of all the hotel lounges we've been to, this is one of the best, if not the best. The lounge serves both breakfast and a light dinner. In between those two meal times, the lounge has snacks out. The snacks included chips, salsa, and guacamole, which were really, really good, as well as various nuts, pickles, and pastries. Water, soda, beer, wine, and liquor were available at all hours. The light dinner consisted of at least 2 to 3 different types of salads, hummus, a couple of veggie dishes, and a main dish that may be meat, seafood, pasta, or quiche. They have an actual chef preparing these items. From other patrons, we heard that the food is much better now than pre-pandemic. We also had breakfast in the main restaurant, so unfortunately, we cannot give our opinion on the executive lounge breakfast. I am sure it was good. The lounge offers a 270-degree view, north, east, and west, and is always bright and airy. There is a room directly facing west to watch Tel Aviv's spectacular sunsets. I would recommend bringing a glass of wine and enjoying this memorable moment above the busyness of the beach. In conclusion, we 100% recommend staying at the Sheraton Tel Aviv. It is located right on the beach and in the middle of so many places to see, eat, and drink. The sand is soft, the water is warm, and the people are hospitable. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I post about travel, lifestyle, and South Florida real estate. If I hadn't mentioned before, I am a realtor based in Fort Lauderdale. Please reach out if you need real estate services in my area.